Number 8. How far must one must distance himself from excrement? Just one second. How far must one distance himself from excrement for him to be permitted to engage in sacred matters? So now we got to the distance, right? If the excrement was behind him, he must distance himself 4 amos away from where the odor can no longer be detected. So basically, like, so he has to go away until he can still smell it, and then at the point it stops. He does not smell this bad odor. So from that he counts this 4 amos. 35. Above and see if one belong. So and it has to be behind him. Okay, just reminder, behind. Above the sea of one, we learn that the prohibition of engaging in sacred matters in the presence of the filth is learned from the verse, "So your camp shall be holy." Right? According to the tradition of our sages, a personal camp encompasses 4 amos around him. So 4 amos around you, so it's like 8 feet, 7 to 8 feet. So it's your personal space. Thus, if there is any smell of the filth within these 4 amos, his camp is not holy. So my camp is 4 amos, like as we said, 7 to 8 feet around me. So it should be. So I have to distance this 4 amos from the smell, not from the source of smell, but from this when the smell ends. And he may not engage in the sacred matters. Mishnah Brura 79:2. It was 35. Continue. And this applies even for one who does not smell the odor. He must distance himself a required amount if he were to able to smell it. So, so if it's to clarify, so if it smells, he has to go until the smell ends, and from there he counts 4 amos. If he does not smell, he just distances 4 amos from this object. 36. For example, he has a disorder that inhibits his sense of smell. For example, he has a stuffy nose, right? That doesn't, just because it does not smell, does not remove the problem. Okay. So it says he must distance himself as required amount as if he were able to smell. So, for example, so if he has a stuffy nose and just because his nose stuffy, that does not mean that this excrement does not smell or some bad stuff, right? So he has to go away, I don't know, 10 feet, 20 feet, whatever he needs to, how far he needs to go, and he can pray there. If the excrement does not emit foul odor, it is sufficient for him to distance himself 4 amos from the excrement itself, as we said before. So that's clear halachah. Continue. So, okay. If the excrement was in front of him, that's the problem. So basically, it's like so when it's in front of him, like when he's praying, it could be, especially Shmona Esrei, it's like he's bowing down to this excrement, right? That's the problem. 37. That which one can see without turning his head is considered to be in front of him. So it's not so basically Mishnah Brura 79:5. So Mishnah Brura says it's not exactly in front of him. So if he can see it with his own eyes without turning his head, that's in front of him. So it could be a little to the left, to the right, but it's considered to be in front of him. So one more time, if the excrement was in front of him, he must distance himself as far as his eyes can see. So meaning the other solution would be just turning his back to it, right? As we just learned before. But if he cannot, for example, he wanted to pray facing the east, right, as we're supposed to do, so he just go there right? Go past this and have it behind his back or something, or like on his side at least, so he cannot see it, or far away. So basically, he's not allowed to see it. There is until he cannot see anymore. Even at night, when he cannot see, he must distance himself from the excrement the amount of space that he would be required to distance himself if he were able to see during the day. So it's basically, it does not matter if he see it, like if during the night there is no light. For example, he wants to say some prayers by heart, right? Which is most of the time there is no problem if he knows by heart, no problem, right? But this excrement or whatever this fully smelling object is in front of him. So, and just because it's dark does not mean that he is allowed to say it. If the excrement is on either side, one should be stringent and consider as is it in front of him. So basically, don't have it exactly on your side. So make it more like behind you, and turn himself so that he should be positioned behind him, right? So positioned behind him. Mishnah Brura 38. He should turn his entire body. It is not sufficient to merely turn his head so that he is not facing it. Mishnah Brura, okay. Biur Halachah to Mishnah Brura. So basically, in all other cases, as we're going to say about not properly dressed women, right? So it's not enough just to turn your head away. So you have to turn your body away from that sin. Okay.